Hello, I'm Lisa Quinn. I'm an executive and personal coach, and in this short video I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of self-compassion. I'm recording this in August. We are halfway, well, we don't even know where we are in terms of the pandemic, but what we do know is that the last 5 or 6 months has been very hard on us. Everything about the pandemic is really tough for us as humans. We are designed to be in tribes. We thrive when we're with other people. We thrive with social contact. We need and crave physical contact, non-sexual physical contact. All of the things that the pandemic, in one way or another, the measures that have been put in place to keep us safe, has stopped us doing. So lockdown, everything about lockdown has been really difficult for us, and coming out of lockdown too, readjusting to the new normal, whatever that new normal is very difficult for us. You may have noticed that you're ruminating more, that you're worrying more, that you're catastrophizing more, that there's more black and white thinking going on. And if that's the case, that's because you're a human, and everything about the pandemic is causing your fear brain, your fight or flight response in your brain to go into overdrive. If you have noticed that, it's likely as well that you've been being really hard on yourself, either the way that you're responding or the way that you're not responding. It's quite likely, I've certainly noticed amongst myself and amongst my clients, a real tendency to judge ourselves for how we should be dealing with the situation. We all have inner critics, those really mean, nasty internal voices that tend to talk to us in a way that we would never dream of talking to someone that we cared about. They often sit on our shoulders. We may have one or more of them, and they often sit on our shoulders and kind of tell us mean things, tell us to buck up, get on with things, to crack on, to push on forward. And in the West in particular, we're taught that this is the way to get things done, that we get things done, that we achieve by really driving ourselves hard and by pushing ourselves forward. And I would like to invite you to think of a different way of managing yourself, which is self-compassion. There's actually a lot of evidence to show that if we are compassionate to ourselves, if we treat ourselves with kindness and with love, ultimately, that not only do we get more done and that we're more effective, but also that it's more sustainable, that we achieve longer lasting impacts and the effects that we want. And it's much better for us. It's much better for our state of mind. We're much more likely to be happier and more fulfilled if we are kinder and more compassionate to ourselves. So, how do we do it? Well, the first stage of self-compassion is to notice your inner critic at play, to notice that really mean voice. So next time you notice it kick in, it often kicks in when we're out of our comfort zone or we're doing something differently, or at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a really classic time for mine to kick in. Just notice it first of all, and just see the tone of voice that you are talking to yourself in, because this voice is not you. You are everything that's wonderful about you as a human. You are not just this voice. So firstly, notice it. And then I would invite you to think about the person or the being that you love most in the world. So that might be a partner, might be a child or a grandchild or a friend, or it can be a pet, it can be any kind of being that you really love. And think about, if the person that you loved was in the situation that you are in, how would you talk to them? And the likelihood is that you will talk to yourself much more kindly if you adopt this approach. It's really simple and it takes practice, because often we're unpicking a lifetime of being hard on ourselves, and it can take practice. So be gentle and compassionate with yourself. As you're learning self-compassion, it's a skill and it takes us all practice. The other thing that I would invite you to do is to read a wonderful book by a woman called Kristin Neff. It's called Self-Compassion, Stop Beating Yourself Up and Leave Insecurity Behind. She is a PhD, she's an incredibly smart woman, She knows exactly what she's talking about, and she can give you different exercises and really lots of evidence about why self-compassion can be so beneficial to you. She's a mindfulness advocate, as am I. I use mindfulness a lot in my work, and I found it to be incredibly beneficial. And so for you, mindfulness is absolutely not the way to go. Just read the reviews of the books online, see what you think. But for me, it's been an incredibly powerful book, and I know for a lot of my clients that I've recommended it, they found it very helpful too. So I'll put the notes, I'll put a recommendation for it in the notes of this piece, but I really hope you find it helpful. And yes, just continue to be kind to yourself. Stay well. I really hope this has been helpful, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.